I wanted I kind of rehearsed this a little bit. I told our team that we have a meeting before we come out to the stadium. It's called our Mental Edge. And I told them I want to be able to come out in front of the media and talk about the growth of this football team, and in particular, the mental toughness that they have acquired over the year. And let me just take a minute to articulate this the right way. Mental toughness to me and our team is accountability. It's the ability to count on their teammates and themselves to do it the right way, to do their job the right way when it's needed, and the right way. And that's taken time, and they did that today. Is my point. When you look across college football today, there are many teams struggle to put the best version of themselves out there. This team did that against a team that, if you listen to people talk, you're supposed to beat them, and it requires an accountability that you're intentional in what you do, and you do your job when you're supposed to do your job, and you do it the right way, the way it's been taught. And I'm so proud of our mental toughness and their ability to do it the right way late in November against the team they're supposed to beat. And the wins have been nice. The individual achievements have been really neat, the SEC West Championship, but I'm most proud of the mental toughness that this group has shown. So I wanted to get that out. I apologize if that was long, but that's what this team has gotten. We got everybody? Everybody's good? Yeah. All right.
Questions?
To that point, aggressive early in the play calling on offense, how important was it for you guys to start strong and kind of put some belief in your players?
Well, I don't know that we were lacking confidence at all. We wanted to bounce back from what we felt was offensively less than our best game. And I think Arkansas had something to do with it, but we had something to do with it. And Jaden prepared really well. And you could make the case that this was his best game of the year. He pushed the ball down the field vertically. He saw things. He was assertive. I think he was responsible for over 400 yards. Anytime a quarterback does that, that's a pretty good day. So I think that decisiveness, that assertiveness, and you could see it in his preparation this week.
Brian, also y'all held Dwayne McBride, who you talked about all week being a real challenge on the other side, to I think about 2.6 yards a carry. What did y'all do to really contain him?
Well, again, I think, when we've been challenged with the great backs, whether it was last week against Arkansas or this week, earlier in the year, obviously, we've had many challenges, whether it's Alabama or Ole Miss's running game. This group has responded to those challenges, and it's a collection of a number of guys just buying in and doing their job. And it goes back to what I said earlier, that accountability. You do your job, okay? You don't do somebody else's job. And when you have a defense and each one of them is doing their job, you play really good run defense, and that's what we've been doing.
Yeah, Brian, was this y'all's most efficient game of the year on both sides of the ball? Even without looking at game film, just watching it.
We gave up the kickoff return, which, that's another thing in itself. I mean, we're so low in numbers on those teams. We're running wide receivers down there. It's difficult. You take that out, it arguably could have been our most efficient game on both sides of the ball.
Just the housekeeping. I mean, Kayshawn looked like he warmed up and then kind of didn't go. And then also Williams and Turner.
Yeah, We tried. He tried. He wanted to play. I mean, he's been out since Wednesday with the flu, and he just. I mean, this was an important game. He wanted to play. He just couldn't go. Josh is the knee, and I guess in some instances, if we pushed it, we could have gotten him ready. But we thought it was smart to really be safe with him and have him full go for next week.
Sir. Noah Kane really, he started that first game this year, and then he's kind of been quiet ever since. What did he really need to do to, have a moment like he had tonight with the 3 touchdowns and the 76 yards?
Opportunity. It's just a crowded backfield, and you look at that across, again, college football. There's really good backs that sometimes don't get the carries, but when they get their opportunity, make the best of it. And he did. We've always had faith in him. He's a kid that wanted to come back to Louisiana, and it's great to see him, on this night, last opportunity in Tiger Stadium this year, because he's got another year, have the kind of game that he had.
Ryan, going back to what you said at the start about accountability and the mental edge, obviously you can tell them, you can come in to a program and tell them to do this and do that, and this is what I want you to do. But do you really know if you're going to get what you want in that regard? And when did you start to see it? Did you see it back in the summer? Did you see it at a certain point during the season?
It's been just a process for us that got better and better as we were consistent and we built trust with the team. And that's what this is about. It's you're building trust, you're building relationships, and that takes time. It just doesn't happen overnight. My first meeting, I said, listen, you're going to have to trust me, and it's not going to happen today. It's going to happen over my words and deeds. I'm going to have to back it up, that what I say I mean, and that's going to take time. My actions and what I do and how I do it to put you in the best position for you to be successful both as a student and as an athlete is going to take time. And my actions will help you trust me. And so that takes time. And over the period of time, we've been able to build that trust. And we've gotten to the point where the accountability level is where they can come out on a night like tonight and play one of their best games.
Hey, Coach, you opened up saying, you challenge people mentally. And I know Jerry Jenkins, he said he wanted to be a leader in the beginning of the year. How much have you seen him grown from the beginning to now?
I've seen a lot of growth. I think it's maturity in taking on responsibilities and wanting to leave a legacy that he was one of those leaders that was part of taking this team from last to first in 1 year. I mean, literally last to first. And so that's big. And so I think that's what he wanted to be part of, and he feels really good about that.
Coach, over here. What can you say about this group of seniors that you inherited and the transfers you brought in, and what kind of blueprint they've given for the next generation of leaders on the team?
Yeah, I think it's similar to what I said, is that, they jumped in and gave me